I had a Star Wars lunchbox once.
Welcome back. We're on part 6. This is a match that might not even happen, and WWE has already flat out said that. On Monday Night Raw, they were just kind of like, Intercontinental title might be defended? Can you guys please order the network anyway? But Daniel Bryan could be defending the title against Bad News Barrett, and they've been really, really harping on the idea that he probably isn't. So I'm not expecting this to happen whatsoever. I do think we're going to get a replacement match, though, and this is a scenario that I'm assuming what's going to happen. Based off of what happened on SmackDown, they had a tag match where Barrett was involved with Sheamus against Dolph Ziggler and Adrian Neville. Right there, that kind of spells out what WWE has plans for. You know, they love to do their multiple people feuding with each other, all tag up kind of thing. I'm assuming we're going to get Bad News Barrett come out, bitch about how Daniel Bryan can't defend the title, and what the fuck, I came out here to have my match, I want my Intercontinental title back, I'm going to take this out on somebody or whatever, and then Neville comes out, and they just have an impromptu match. It's the only thing I can think of them doing.
I'd be okay with that.
Be a good way to get Neville, transition Neville into doing something, because right now it's just, who can we make him look good against this week?
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Daniel Bryan, but his track record isn't looking good now. Wasn't it Money in the Bank where there was like, this is the match you're going to get if Daniel Bryan can wrestle, but if he can't, you're going to get this one.
And then the month before that, which was, I think, Payback, was when they were like, well, he can't wrestle, so can you just not have a title match? I mean, we'll promise we'll make it up for you for the rest of the year. Oh, crap, we just gave it to Brock Lesnar. Never mind.
Yeah, they did make it up. They gave it to the biggest fucking name in pro wrestling.
We must have had less world title matches last year than, since, I don't know, Hogan held the belt.
And I'm just going to say, last year I didn't hear anyone complaining about the belts being flip-flopped around and not being legitimate. So I think it's been the best year for the title in a long time.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think it built the title up.
Yeah, I've not heard one person actually complain about the legitimacy of that belt anymore.
That's because it was Lesnar.
Yeah, so it fucking worked.
It legitimized the belt.
No, but I mean, it's not.
Well,
it's not because it wasn't. Not
Right.
because it wasn't
I agree
defended.
with you.
It's because it was given to Lesnar.
Yeah, who defended it less?
Both.
If you have the Intercontinental title on Daniel Bryan and he doesn't defend it for 3 months, people are going to be talking about the Intercontinental title not meaning shit.
Yeah, that's why I think they're going to relegate the title and give it back to Bad News Barrett, like what happened when Bad News got injured that one time.
Well, that is an odd scenario. I mean, if Daniel Bryan's been a couple weeks out and they think that he might still be out for God knows how long. I mean, one report says 4 weeks, but it's been a couple weeks since he was out, so, God knows about that. This could be a scenario where they need to just get rid of the title as far as Bryan goes really, really soon. Honestly, as much of a fan of Daniel Bryan as I am, I don't want to see them dawdle. If Bryan can't defend the title, they're in a position right now where they're like, well, we got to have him take all of April off, and then he can't defend it on Extreme Rules, and then we're not going to be sure what to do for Payback. Get rid of it at Extreme Rules. Don't even play around. I don't want to see Daniel Bryan.
Neville wins off Barrett, and then Shawn gets all the points.
You know what? Go for it. Give Neville a title shot like that. It's, don't give him the title, but put him in a title match with that. Say the winner of this match is going to be the new champion. We're going to have a new number one contender face Bad News Barrett, and Neville takes the shot and loses, comes up short, but you start a program between the two of them. And Neville doesn't win it, but that's a damn good way to use Neville. It's a good match that we would have. And I don't have to wait for Daniel Bryan to come back in 3 months to relinquish the title anyway.
I mean, with Daniel Bryan's history of injury now, I can't see the WWE really having much confidence in him at all as a defending champion. So I really, no, absolutely not. And I totally understand. But I see basically 2 scenarios for what's going to happen this Sunday. Either A, the match isn't going to happen like a lot of us are thinking. Or B, I could see him doing this route where they have Bryan come out, and it's basically a very short match. Barrett goes over somehow, either clean or with help from somebody or cheating or something. But either way, Bryan is dropping that title as soon as possible, and whether it's Barrett or somebody else picks it up. So I'm going to have to pick Barrett, just because if the match even happens, I could see him doing a really short match.
You know what I think? I don't think he's all that hurt. I think he might have just had something small. He just wanted to take a couple weeks off. They didn't put him on the European tour. Maybe he just had something else he had to do. I think maybe he's just going to show up and just be just fine, show up, have a match, and defend his title and silence all the fucking internet sports entertainment community people.
You think it's partially a work?
I am a firm believer that they plant, like, rumors these days. That they have someone that purposely leaks things out to the dirt sheets.
They should. It's smart.
Yeah.
But if it turns out that he is legitimately injured, I am never going to advocate for him holding a world title again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would, but not for a long time. He's got to wrestle the entire rest of the year and then some to prove it.
Yeah.
No Royal Rumble win, no WrestleMania win. You take the Intercontinental title away from him, don't give him a world title until at least SummerSlam 2016.
Yep, definitely
Yeah.
agree. Anyone that wants to chant Daniel Bryan during a Roman Reigns match, go right ahead, but guess what? Your guy fucked up. He fucked up twice.
Yeah, and a lot of that's on him. He chose to do some homeopathic fucking, I'm going to eat some berries and shit and that'll fix it.
Vegans.
That's not the same as surgery. And surgery's not, the end-all, be-all, cures everything kind of thing. But shit, look at John Cena. John Cena goes get surgery for this thing that could have been a career-ending injury. Comes back in, 3 fucking months or something?
And when I say Daniel Bryan fucked up, I get it, he didn't mean to get injured, but at the end of the day, if you can't hold up your end of the bargain and show up for your job, well, that's on you, dude.
But yeah, if the match goes ahead, I'm going to say Daniel Bryan's going to win. But I don't want him to win. I want Barrett to win.
Or Barrett, too. If they don't give him the title and Bryan just kind of, sits on it for a month or two, that would be Wade, we know that you kind of are a better choice right now, but we'd rather have no champion than you.
And you kind of got injured that one time and you had to relegate the title. Yeah, we're not doing that with Daniel Bryan because he's Daniel Bryan and you're English.
So you think they're going to put the belt on the future Hall of Famer vacant?
Mm-hmm.
Another title reign for vacant could be a good one.
I think he'll go on his Twitter account and really shout and spray it and be happy about that. At vacant wrestler.
Yeah, you could also like him on Facebook, right?
Facebook.com/vacant WWE.
Good old vacant. Maybe we can get what we all are hoping for: Vacant versus Murky for the Intercontinental title.
Don't tell me what to like.
You know you'd like that.
Okay.
You okay there? You sound like you were hyperventilating.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
This is degenerating into a horrible way. I'm going to cut this off before we get too crazy here. Let's just go around real quick. Who's winning this match? If it is happening, if it's not happening, who's winning the alternative match that you think is going to end up happening? Peyton?
If the match does happen, I would say Daniel Bryan wins. If it does not happen, I don't think there will be a match. Or maybe they'll have some sort of battle royal to determine the new champion. Or I don't know. I think they'll just not have a match this night and they'll announce what they're going to do tomorrow night on Raw.
Just give more time to some of the other matches?
Mm-hmm.
IC tournament. Just saying.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I love these.
That'd be cool.
That would kick ass. Kalen, who's winning?
If the match does happen, I'm going to go with Barrett, just because of, like I said, the history of Daniel Bryan and his injuries and stuff. So if the match happens, I'm going with Barrett, but I'm more likely thinking that it's not going to happen.
Wago?
I'm going with Daniel Bryan winning if the match does happen. If it doesn't, honestly, I see them throwing just a fucking match on the card and letting it be for the IC strap.
Who would win that?
I don't know. Depends who they book, Tony.
Who do you think they would book?
I don't know, Tony. Probably Wade Barrett.
Yeah, Barrett for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know,
It'd be fucking crazy if out of nowhere it's Wade Barrett versus Bray Wyatt. Been talking about that the whole time.
I would fucking hate that match just because of how boring it'd be.
That would be the third heel versus heel match of the night.
Yeah.
Sean, who's
Yeah.
winning here?
If the match goes ahead, Daniel Bryan, though I don't want it to be Daniel Bryan. And if it's going to be a makeshift match, it's probably going to be Adrian Neville versus Wade Barrett. And Barrett will go over, but they will make Adrian Neville look strong.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the same thing. Bryan wins if he wrestles, and if not, then it kind of depends on if it's a title match or if it's just a regular match. Regular match, I think Neville will win. Title match, Barrett. So we need to continue along here, and part 7 is going to be the Kiss Me Arse match.